Hi, my name is Amy and I'm the owner of Creepy Strings, where we make all kinds of little creepy dudes like this Michael Myers that I have going out for an order. I want to show you how we're going to add the hair to the doll with a really simple trick. First, you want to make sure that you've got the hair color you want. You will need a smaller hook. I use a 2.75 millimeter in order to get underneath the posts and the loops. And then of course you'll want some scissors. And then a book or a picture frame works the best because then you can wrap the hair around. I am going to use this picture frame with my adorable cat Oliver. So let's get your end here. You want to wrap it around the frame. We're going to do this about 30 times. And then when we're done, I'll show you how we're going to cut it. For now, I'm probably going to do about 20 times. Sometimes I'll cut less and then cut more if you need to. So now you're just going to push it off the frame. Hold your ends pretty tight because you're going to want to cut them. We're going to cut this one here all the way through. And then do the bottom one as well, all the way through. So now you should have a decent little pile of hair. Next step, we're going to split the plies apart. So you take one, just do a little twist, and then pull the two. That way you've got 2 plies there and 2 plies there, and start yourself a little pile. Once we get a good pile going, I'll come back and I'll show you how we can attach it. Alright, so now we have our pile of hair, we've got our doll, we've got our smaller 2.75 millimeter hook. The only reason why I like to use this is because I make the doll with a 3.75 and the smaller head just really seems to get under without pulling stuffing back, which is usually a problem when you use the bigger hooks. So I use the ear as a guide as to where I want to start. You will notice that all of these have like a very slight diagonal. So there are some times where you're going to have to just do creative placement on the hair. So first we'll go ahead and start at the top. So we're going to go underneath this post, and then you will take the hair, wrap it around the end, and then just pull it straight through. Now once you have the loop here and the 2 tails here on the end, wrap the hook under, and then pull the ends through your loop, and then just pull tight. And then now we've attached the first piece of hair. So show you again. Take any strand, go underneath the post. So actually we'll go down and start the hairline. So you go under the next one, and you take the yarn, oops, pull it under, wrap it, and pull through. Doesn't really matter if it's even. You're going to end up trimming it anyway. If you can get the tails to match up, it'll be easier when you brush it out. That way you don't have a lot of knots. Knots will build up as you brush it. When we get to the brushing part, I will start up again. That way we can show you the best way to get the yarn brushed out without creating a bunch of tangles and potential dreadlocks. See you soon! Okay, we are back and Michael has all of his hair. One thing I wanted to show is that when you attach it, like on the insides, the back of the head, you can skip a post, like a whole row down there. That way it'll actually spread out once you brush it because it gets real nice and fluffy. I do like to try to keep the posts together, like right next to each other when I'm doing the hairline, just to avoid any breaks. So now we're going to take our wire bristle brush. This brush I picked up at Dollar Tree and it has been the best brush I've ever used. I have used some from Walmart which are like $4 or $5. They're great too. So when you're going to do this, the best way to do it is to section off into small pieces first. Alright, so now that we have the ends, you can already see where they're starting to kind of fluff. Take your brush and just brush the ends only until it gets nice and fluffy. You're going to lose a lot of yarn in this process for the hair. You'll probably have to clean the brush out like every section just to make sure that you're actually getting the teeth through the yarn. So you can see that it's already getting fluffy, and you can see the brush already filling. When you get to the roots, try not to hit anywhere around, like on the front or the actual crocheted part itself, anything the stitches, that way it doesn't become fuzzy. Some people like to use a book underneath, or like even the desk itself. I've got pretty tough hands, so I just let the bristles do their thing. Alright, so when you get a knot like that, that means that I tried to brush out a part too soon. So you'll end up brushing over that. A lot of times the knots will pull out. Okay, there you go. Sometimes you have to remove it. So keep working all the way around. Make sure all his hair is nice and even and fluffy. When we get to the finished part, I'll come back and we'll show you how to trim up and be good to go. Okay, now that his hair is all brushed out, we're going to check for any dreadlocks or knots that might be in there somewhere. You're also going to want to try to get closer to the roots. So just take your brush, finish brushing him all out. Make sure there's no more tangles. All while still trying to make sure you're not brushing the actual head or the body itself. Try to keep it only in the hair. That way we don't cause any felting or fraying on the actual skin, for lack of better words. Alright, once he's all brushed, you can give him a good shake. Anything else that might be loose will fall out. Let's go ahead and start shaping his hair. So take your brush, flip him over. You can see down the front where I decided to do like a little widow's peak, because that's how Michael's hair looks. Alright, and then you're just going to kind of shape it a little bit more. Trim any excess off as needed. You can see on the back here where I already kind of did that before, and then just make sure to come over any bald spots. And then now you have hair on a doll. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.